Most people expect getting rich to feel dramatic. A big moment, a visible upgrade, some clear sign that you have finally made it. But real wealth usually does not feel like that. Most of the time, it feels quiet. It feels like rhythm. Small moves repeated. Simple systems running in the background. Habits so boring they are easy to overlook until the results become impossible to ignore. That is why so many people miss the early signs. They are looking for flashy proof when wealth is usually being built in silence. They are watching for the outside transformation, while the real change is happening underneath, in routines, decisions, and patterns that do not look impressive at first. In this video, I am going to show you 5 signs you will be rich in 10 years if you keep going. And if even a couple of these already show up in your life, you are probably closer than you think. Because in real life, wealth usually shows up before it looks impressive. It starts in the systems you build, the pressure you remove, and the habits you repeat long enough for them to compound. If you want more videos that help you build real wealth, not just chase the appearance of it, subscribe to the channel. Sign number 1. Your money moves before you do. This is one of the clearest signs that someone is going to build real wealth. On payday, you are not waiting to see what is left over. You are not making promises to save later. The saving already happens first. Money moves automatically into savings, into investments, into the places that build your future before spending gets a chance to take over. That changes everything. Because now your progress does not depend on motivation. It does not depend on having a good month, a disciplined week, or the right mood. The system runs whether you feel inspired or not. That is what makes it powerful. Recurring transfers may look boring. Automatic investing may feel small. But boring systems are often the ones that actually last. And the things that last are the things that compound. The really smart part is what happens when income goes up. Instead of letting a raise quietly disappear into lifestyle upgrades, you increase the transfer first. A little more to savings, a little more to investing. No big announcement, just a better system. That is how wealth usually starts. Not with one huge move, but with money learning where to go before you ever get the chance to spend it. Sign number 2. You live below your means without feeling deprived. This is a bigger sign than most people realize. A lot of people can spend less for a month or two when they feel pressure. That is not the same thing. The real sign is when your lifestyle is naturally built to cost less than you earn, and it does not feel like punishment. That means your spending has clarity. Your life is reliable, not performative. The car works, the rent fits, the upgrades are intentional, not automatic. You are not constantly trying to make your outside life look more expensive than it needs to be. And that creates something powerful. Margin. Margin is the real engine of wealth. It is the gap between what comes in and what goes out. That gap is what funds your savings, your investing, your buffer, and your future options. That is why quietly wealthy people often look boring from the outside. They do not rush to turn every raise into a better apartment, a newer car, or more expensive habits. They let income rise while lifestyle stays steady. And over time, that changes everything. Because boring choices create freedom. They lower pressure. They widen the gap. And that gap is often the first real sign that wealth is being built in the background. Sign number 3. You invest on a schedule, not on a headline. This is one of the quietest signs of future wealth. Most people let the news set the mood for their money. When markets are up, they feel late. When markets are down, they feel scared. So they keep reacting instead of building. But people who get rich over time usually stop doing that. They set recurring buys. They keep investing in dips and rallies. They turn on dividend reinvestment. And instead of trying to win every week, they focus on following the same rules month after month. That is what makes the difference. Because long-term wealth is usually not built by excitement. It is built by calm consistency. By showing up on schedule, even when the headlines are loud and the market feels uncertain. And notice the mindset shift here. You are no longer asking, is now the perfect time? You are asking, did I follow my plan? That is a much stronger question. It means your money is no longer reacting to noise. It is following a system. And over time, systems beat emotions almost every time. Sign number 4. You built a buffer and stopped treating cash like wasted potential. This is a major sign that you are going to be rich in 10 years. Because a real cash buffer does more than sit there. It protects your plan, it buys you time, and it keeps small problems from becoming expensive setbacks. A few months of expenses set aside changes the emotional weight of life. A surprise bill becomes annoying, not devastating. A car repair becomes a problem to solve, not a financial emergency. A slow month at work stops feeling like panic. You stop living as if every unexpected cost could throw you completely off course. That matters more than people think. Because cash is not doing nothing. Cash is doing its job. Its job is stability. Its job is keeping you from panic. Its job is making sure one hard month does not destroy years of good habits. And that stability creates something powerful. Continuity. You keep investing. You keep paying your bills on time. You keep making decisions from logic instead of fear. Life still happens, but it no longer knocks you out of rhythm every time something goes wrong. And when you use the buffer, you stop treating it like failure. You use it, then refill it, calmly, on purpose. That is exactly what it is there for. This is what people miss when they say cash should always be invested. A good buffer protects your long-term compounding by making sure you do not have to interrupt it every time life gets messy. It keeps you from selling investments at the wrong time, reaching for debt too quickly, or making short-term decisions that damage long-term progress. And that kind of stability is one of the clearest signs that real wealth is being built. Sign number 5, your income went up, but your lifestyle did not. This might be the clearest sign of all. Because when income rises and spending stays mostly steady, wealth does not just grow, it starts accelerating. Most people get a raise and immediately upgrade something. Better car, better apartment, more expensive habits. A little more money comes in, and a little more money goes right back out. Nothing really changes. But if you are on track to be rich in 10 years, that is usually not what you do. You let the raise improve your balance sheet before it improves your lifestyle. Bigger transfers, more investing, a stronger buffer, more room to breathe. The money starts working harder before your spending has a chance to catch up. That is a very different pattern, because now the gap is widening on purpose. Savings go up, investing goes up, stress goes down, and every time income rises without triggering instant lifestyle inflation, the next decade starts to look very different. This is where compounding begins to feel real. Not because your life suddenly looks richer, but because your future starts getting funded faster. And that one habit, repeated across a few raises and a few years, can quietly separate the people who earn well from the people who actually become wealthy. Wealth shows up like rhythm, not a jackpot. Money moving automatically. Spending staying steady. Investing continuing without drama. A buffer doing its job. Income rising without your lifestyle rushing to catch it. That is how real wealth gets built. So if you saw even one or two of these signs in your own life, you are not behind. You are already building the kind of life that compounds quietly. And that matters more than most people realize. Because getting rich is rarely about one huge move. It is usually about repeated systems that keep working long after motivation fades. So keep the transfers running. Keep the lifestyle steady. Keep the rules alive. And before you leave this video, do one small thing today. Increase one automatic transfer, even by a tiny amount, because the next 10 years will do the heavy lifting, but only if you keep going. If this helped you see your progress more clearly, subscribe to the channel for more videos that help you build real wealth step by step. And let me know in the comments which of these signs already shows up in your life. And if you want to go deeper, watch the next video on the quiet habits that make these signs almost inevitable.